הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, ידעי דדדדדדדדי. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, ידעי דדדדדדדי. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. Good evening and welcome. For those who don't know me, I'm Rabbi Julie. And we are approaching Shabbat. The days are getting longer and longer. That sun hasn't quite set, but it might by the time we're finishing up tonight. We have a handout for you that has all the prayers transliterated. We also have the Siddur, the prayer book, and I'll be saying page numbers for both. And tonight is a special night because we are honoring Lily and Landon Shapiro, who 1 week from this Shabbat, so next Shabbat in Los Angeles, you will become a bat mitzvah and a bar mitzvah. And we wanted to honor you here locally before we kind of send you on your way. So we'll be getting to hear a few words from them tonight, and they'll be receiving some words of blessing as well. So I'd like to invite them up to come up to the candles, and we're going to light the candles. And Sydney and David, if you want to come up, you are welcome to do so as well. And the candle blessing can be found on page 1 of the handout. I have it up here too. I have it here too. Do you want to light? Okay. We'll sing it together. Do you usually say it, or do you say it? You say it? Okay, let's just do that then. Okay. So wave the light to her eyes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Tonight is a time to catch our breath. Whatever we have been doing, making, working, creating, tonight is a time to catch our breath. No matter how necessary our work or how important to the world, how urgent that we continue it, no matter how joyful our work or how fully and profoundly human, no matter how flawed our work, how urgent that we set it right, no matter how hard we have worked to gather our modest fame, our honorable livelihood, our reasonable power, tonight we pause to catch our breath. Tonight we pause to share whatever we have gathered. So I invite you now just to take a moment, just silently, just to recognize that the work week is over, and you are now entering into this holy time and space of Shabbat. The Torah portion talks about it this week, that we really are to rest, or to remember to rest. And so whatever you need to let go of, all the rushing and doing and making and creating, just allow yourself to be and to let it all go. And give yourself a moment to release. So we turn to page 2 of the handout and page 10 in our Siddur. These words of Yedid Nefesh, so lovely. Just praying to be closer to the divine. Yedid Nefesh av harachaman, Yedid Nefesh av harachaman, Mishoch avdecha eretz tzoncha, Yarutz avdecha kemo ayav, Yishtachaver Yarararaydaydayel mul hadracha. We turn to page 3 in our handout, or page 598 of the Siddur, for Shalom Alechem, calling in angels. It's said on Shabbat we have all this extra spiritual energy coming into us, bringing us shalom, bringing us wholeness. Shabbat is the 7th day. It's the day of completion, the day it is said that God created the completeness of the world, and what made it complete was the day of rest. 7 represents wholeness, and so we bring in the wholeness of peace. We bring in rest. We bring in all the angels that just bless us with release and letting go and so many good feelings. Shalom Aleichem, Malechei Hasharet, Malechei Elyon, Mi Melech Malechei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Shalom, Malechei HaShalom, Malechei Elyon, Mi Melech Malechei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni leShalom, Malechei HaShalom, Malechei Elyon, Mi Melech Malechei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzetzechem Shalom, Malechei HaShalom, Malechei Elyon, Mi Melech Malechei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch page 5 in our handout, and on page 20 in our Siddur, for Lecha Dodi, calling in the Shabbat bride, the divine feminine, into our space, imagining this moment of unification of all the forces, all things coming together to make wholeness. And we're going to sing in the handout the first part, Lecha Dodi, and then that first and second paragraph, and then the final paragraph. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Hishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet v'litchila. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nilcha, ki hi mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, suf ma'aseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. We rise and face the entrance. If somebody would like to open the door, let that bride in. Thank you, Susan. Bohi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha uv'tzola, toch emuneh am segula, bohi chala. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Thank you, Susan. So I now invite us to take a moment and pause before we sing the Baruchu to just say Shabbat Shalom and good evening to someone sitting next to you. Hello, everyone on Zoom. Hello. Hello. Hi, David. So the Baruchu can be found on page 6 of our printout and also on page 32 of this Siddur. We rise. Dai da dai 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 dai. Dai da dai 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 dai. Dai da dai 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 dai. Dai Yai da dai 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 dai. Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach, hamevorach leolam va'ed. Hamevorach, hamevorach leolam va'ed.
Out of deep center, night passes through. Gates open, stars swirl of the internal pathway. Through the light to dark to light. Spin through the glorious heavens. Array this too is the name of Adonai, living and eternal until the end of time.
Beautiful. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. We turn to the top of page 34 in our prayer book. This first few words are not in the printout. We can do kind of a call and response. These words that say, with everlasting love have you loved us, have you loved your people, Israel. It goes like this. Ahava, Ahava, Ahavat olam, Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Ahava, Ahava, Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Ahamo Yisrael. Blessed are you, the ever-present, who loves your people, Yisrael, people who are God wrestlers, people who ask questions, people who are diverse, people who are resilient. We are blessed to be who we are in all the ways that we are as the Jewish people. Turn to page 35 in our prayer book, page 7 in our handout. I'm going to invite up Lily and Landon to help lead the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod, Malhuto
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בעם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. I believe in all that has never yet been spoken. I want to free what waits within me, so that what no one has dared to wish for may once spring clear without my contriving. If this is arrogant, God, forgive me, but this is what I need to say. May what I do flow from me like a river, no forcing and no holding back, the way it is with children. Then in these swelling and ebbing currents, these deepening tides moving out, returning, I will sing to you as no one ever has, streaming through widening channels into the open sea. What an image is that, right? Ah, I love it. Perfect as we sing Micha Mocha. Gratitude for our freedom. Gratitude for our freedom, and as we're grateful for our own freedom, praying for those who are not yet free, to know that freedom, to know that liberation. Yam bam ba bim bim bam, yada da da bim bam. Yam bam ba bim bim bam, yada da da bim bam. Yai da 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 da, yada da da bim bam. Yai da 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 da, yada da da bim bam. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar bakodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele. Mahalechutecha rahuvanecha bokeyam lifnei Moshe, zeli anu veyameru Adonai imloch leolam ba'ed. Yai dai 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 dai, yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai, yada dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai, yada dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai, yada dai 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 dai. Baruch atah Adonai, Gaal Yisrael. We thank you, God, Redeemer of Yisrael. We turn to the Hashkivenu, which is at the top of page 9. It also begins on page 41 in our Siddur. We're going to sing the opening, and then Lily is going to lead us in the English. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Amen.
Give us a place to rest. O God, shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance.
Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace. Over all we love, over Jerusalem and yours.
Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. And let us say Amen. Thank you, Lily. We turn to page 9 in our handout. Let's stay on the same page. For the Vishamru. What page is that? That's on page 42 of the Siddur. There it is. Okay. Here what we're reading these words from the book of Exodus, the commandment to observe Shabbat. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We rise for the Amidah. We will do a silent Amidah, but sing the opening together in Hebrew. On the handout, it's top of page 10. In our Siddur, it's top of page 44. And after we read those opening words, we'll have some time for silent prayer, either the prayer of your heart or the prayers within the Siddur. Adonai sefatai tiftach Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach Ufi yagid tehilatecha. O God, open up my lips as I begin to praise. O God, open up my lips as I begin to praise. Adonai, sefatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Shalom. 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 May the one who makes peace bring peace to all in need of peace everywhere in this world, and let us say Amen. So I'd now like to invite up Lily or Landon, whichever one's going first. I don't know if you decided. Thumb war, you're going to duke it out? Arm wrestle, who goes first? You're going to go first? Great. I'm going to have you do it over here because the sun is very bright in that window right there. It might be easier. Oh, you got it? Okay. They're going to each just share a little bit of a reflection as they're entering this big moment in their lives. Yes. Okay. And make sure your mouth is just kind of right. Yeah.
Okay. Shabbat Shalom. Next week, I'm becoming a bat mitzvah. Here are some things I'm excited about having in my life moving forward. I like celebrating Shabbat and Hanukkah. On Hanukkah, you can come together with your family and exchange gifts. On Shabbat, you get to spend time with your family that you didn't get to during the week. Of course, there is good food. My personal favorites would be challah and potato latkes. I like reading Torah. It is obviously confusing and hard at first, but it gets easier. You can teach your friends about it, and that's kind of cool. In my Torah portion, it talks about the 7 years of working the crops, and then you take a break. This is called Shemitah. This has taught me that taking care of yourself and taking breaks is important. I like that Judaism tells me this, because it is important to give yourself a break once in a while, and you don't need to be working all the time. It's also good for the earth. Giving the earth time to rest, and for the animals, giving them a break from working. Judaism is to me a religion. You can find your people. If you have questions regarding life, it can help you. It teaches you should be kind and treat everyone with respect and kindness. You should make peace, and even if things are hard in your life, Judaism is there to help. I like knowing that somebody is always going to be there for me to talk to, and knowing I have a community to go to. There are more people I can relate to, and I will find more people as I grow up, and I will have something to teach and pass down to my kids.
Thank you. Yasher koach. Go for it. Just slow and take pauses.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Next week, I'm becoming a bar mitzvah. It will be celebrating my becoming of a son of the commandments. Commandments are like rules to help keep people safe, to help people not get hurt, to not do the wrong stuff, and to do what's right. So my becoming a bar mitzvah means whenever people are feeling down, I should help them, and try to do what's right in the world. I'm feeling pretty good about becoming a bar mitzvah, a little nervous and excited too. I've been excited learning a new language and learning prayers in a new language. It's fun meeting people at the temple. I will get to talk in front of a lot of people about what Judaism means. I will get to read the Torah and talk about cool stuff that is in it. For example, it is meaningful learning in my Torah portion that when we do stuff wrong, if we feel sorry and if we are sorry, if we feel sorry, if we are sorry, and if we do nice things, and God will still forgive us. This makes me feel good knowing that we will always be forgiven. Is one of the best feelings. Even though we make lots of mistakes, at the end of the day, someone will always forgive me, just like my mom and dad. I like being Jewish because I know there's always a God who loves me and cares about me, who watches over me and protects me, and someone who will listen. I enjoy holidays, celebrating different things with my family and friends and eating challah. In my life, I hope that I can help people learn Hebrew and be a good influence on people.
Aw, thank you. Yay, Landon. Good. It helps to also do that right this week, because then next week that warms you up for all the bigger stuff you got to do next week, right? Maybe? Great. Thank you for sharing. So I want to share a blessing for the two of you. So you got to come back up, but you don't have to say anything for this part. So, Lily and Landon, I'm so excited for you for the week ahead, for the transformation ahead of you, for both of you, as you become a bat mitzvah and a bar mitzvah, and together b'nai mitzvah, and step more fully and more maturely into your Judaism. This week's parsha, it's not the same as right next week. You have a different one. Bahar is next week. This week's parsha, Parshat Emor, talks a lot about a lot of things. Talks about purity, being clean, cleanliness, taking a lot of care to do things exactly right, with a lot of thought, paying a lot of attention, and also being very careful with how we speak. This week's Parsha also talks a lot about kindness to animals, something I know that's dear to you both. Observing rest on Shabbat, which is also talked about, as you mentioned, with the Shemitah and your Parsha, about really taking big rest every 7 years. Well, this Parsha talks about every week we need to take a rest. And our Torah portion also is really special because it names every one of the festivals that we have in our calendar. So there's 3 festivals: Passover, Shavuot, we're right in the middle of Passover and Shavuot, and Sukkot. It also mentions Yom Kippur, like the holiest day of the year, and it mentions how we are supposed to count the days, the commandment to count the days between Passover and Shavuot, which we're in the middle of doing right now, and we're going to actually do that at the end of our service. Tonight we'll count together. So you have all these really special things in your Torah portion. And those festivals, by the way, are celebrations of like planting in the earth and harvesting in the earth. They're deeply connected to the earth. There's so much going on in your Torah portion. So from all of the things, this week's Torah portion, obviously there's whatever's going on in next week's Torah portion, but for this week's Torah portion, I really wanted to give you a wish from our Torah portion this week. And so my wish for you is that you take such good care of yourselves, always. Take good care of your bodies and your minds and your hearts and your souls. That you always remember to rest, just as your Torah portion also really reminds you about that next week. That you take very good care of others, of your friendships, of your family, and even people you don't know. That you always take care of the animals that you encounter. That you celebrate fully all the things you plant in your life, all the good things you do, that you celebrate that, and all the things you harvest of your life and receive from your life, all the things you accomplish, that you enjoy so much abundance from our beautiful Jewish tradition that teaches us to lift up the beautiful things, to lift up our gratitude in taking such good care of each other. That's the most important, some people say, the most important mitzvah, commandment, rule, as you talked about rule, is to take such good care of each other. And so as you step forward and take these next steps, I wish for you all the joy and all the strength and all the blessing that Judaism has to offer you. May you always feel that Judaism is your foundation and your home, and that your community, some of whom are here, a whole bunch of whom are in Los Angeles, and I know your dad couldn't be here tonight, but I know he's here with you, and your grandparents and your great-grandparents and your aunts and uncles and cousins, all of these people and all the people you don't even know, that your community, you know that we are here for you with our arms open, with our support and our encouragement for always. So, Mazel Tov and much success to you in this week ahead. I'm going to give you a hug. Yay. Yeah. Yay. Great. So that was really just a taste of the Torah for the week, and got a little sneak peek into next week's Torah with their sharing. And for more engagement with this week's Torah portion, I invite everyone to attend the Zoom very robust Torah study tomorrow morning with Emily Simon online. So we're going to now continue on with our service. So not in the handout, but in our Siddur on page 72, we can find the Aleinu prayer. And the Aleinu prayer is really about partnering with God to create a better world that's upon us to make sure it's a good world. It's upon us to make sure we take care of each other. And Lily and Landon, you did a really neat mitzvah project. You were raising money for animals, right? The animal shelter, right? You made these really amazing calendars with really cute animals. What else did you do? Or was it just mostly just raising money and people were sending money for the... Cool. So you're helping animals get adopted. That's amazing. That's great. Thank you. And there's actually I think the pamphlet is still out on the counter on the table out there about the mitzvah project that you did, and you did a tremendous job on that. And so really, that's one of the ways that you, as you're maturing and growing up, that you're taking on a mitzvah. You're taking on one of these commandments, one of these good deeds, and helping others in the world. So congratulations on that. And that's what the Aleinu is all about. So the Aleinu, we rise for the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shenatan lanu torat emet, v'chaye olam nata betochenu, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ביוסר הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפסולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ודעת היום בהשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. Continue silently on our own. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד. Ushemo, Ushemo Echad, Ushemo Echad. We remain standing for Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, and please name anyone you're thinking of today, if you're remembering who maybe have died in this time in years past or who've died in recent days. Online, does anyone want to share a name?
Lonnie Russell. Go ahead.
My friend Audrey.
Myra Silverman, Harriet and Steve Sadrin, Eric Kresh, Miriam Schiffman, Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, B'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, B'agala v'izman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei d'kudisha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya. V'chayim tovim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for blessing. You may be seated. I forgot to grab the folder with all of the announcements for the week, but I think I remember them all. They are, but it's okay. But I'm pretty sure I got them. So members, a reminder for our members that tomorrow is our annual congregational meeting at 2 o'clock. Not tomorrow, it's not Saturday, it's Friday. On Sunday at 2 o'clock is our annual congregational meeting on Zoom. There are emails about it. Just want to make sure you know, and you can be there. There's Shiva services for Myra Silverman tomorrow night, Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday night. You can see the emails for information about that. On Tuesday afternoon is the walk in Lithia Park with me and anyone else who might like to be there. It's been a beautiful journey walking in the park these many months since October 7th. Every few weeks we go out and get some fresh air and connect with each other and talk about whatever it is we talk about in the beautiful park, watching it change. And right now those rhododendron are amazing. So even if you don't walk with us, I do encourage you to go explore the park when you can. Get outside, it's really healing. Let's see. Next week's Shabbat service. Okay, tomorrow is the Zoom Torah study with Emily. It's a multi-congregational Zoom Torah study. Emily's a phenomenal Torah study leader, so I really encourage you to do that. And there are not services here in the building tomorrow. Right, and that's right. Tomorrow's Torah study is on a unique Zoom link. Again, so if you look at your TS Weekly, all the information is there. And then next Shabbat will be Lily and Landon's bar and bat mitzvah in Los Angeles, but we will sadly not be there, but we will be thinking of you. And here we will be having a community-led Shabbat service. So I think that's all. I might have forgotten something, but that's why you all have your TS Weekly to check that. Thank you. Great. And so in a moment, I'll invite Lily and Landon up to help me with Kiddush and Motzi, the blessing for wine and bread, in just a moment. But we're going to first pause and count the Omer. I think some of you have sort of the Omer counting on the last page. Again, this is a printout I made a while ago, and some of them have it included and some don't. But I have the actual blessing here too. So again, we're counting the days as we get closer and make our way to Shavuot. Oh, I guess the other announcement is there's a lot of really amazing things that we're offering in our community for Shavuot. This really beautiful Shabbaton that we've had planned, that we have 2 rabbis coming to visit us. There'll be a Friday bread baking event and teaching with this incredible rabbi baker. He will be then coming on Saturday. He will be giving the Devar Torah, and we're going to have a very full Kiddush Oneg luncheon that day. And then on Sunday, she is a soferet, someone who creates a Torah, and we are going to get to help her work on it. We're actually going to be proofreading it. Everybody can come, even young people, even if you don't know the Aleph-Bet. And a mailing is going to go out on Monday, but we're asking for people to register so that we know that you're coming, so we have all the supplies we need. So please register, please come. I feel it's going to be super special. And then on the first day of Shavuot, we're going to climb Mount Ashland for those who are available and free in the middle of the day. And on the second day of Shavuot, we also have a service here in the sanctuary. So that's that news. So counting the Omer. So if you have the blessing, great. If you don't, it's like everything with lighting candles to the very end. And then instead of Lahadlik Ner Shel Shabbat, it's Al Sfirat HaOmer. Okay, so please join me. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Kitshanu B'mitzvotav Vitzivanu Al Sfirat HaOmer. Blessed are you, Adonai, sovereign of the universe, who has sanctified us with your commandments and commanded us to count the Omer, which is described in this week's Torah portion. Today is 25 days, which is 3 weeks and 4 days of the Omer. In Hebrew we say, Hayom Chamisha ve'esrim yom, shehem shlosha shavuot ve'arba'a yamim la'omer. And the qualities that we're thinking about today, each week is a different quality of God, and each day of each week is a quality of God, and they keep interplaying. There's 7 weeks and 7 days of the week, and today is one of my favoriteest days. It's Netzach Sheba Netzach, which means like eternity within eternity. And so just thinking about God, thinking about the mystery, thinking about love, however we define that, but just thinking of it as this sort of this expansive hugeness, just so much hugeness. You can think of it as like the biggest hug ever that's just eternal. That's how I feel like for my kids, and my husband and my parents, just the biggest love. Like that love you talked about, Landon, in your talk about just knowing you're okay. That to me is netzach. Right? It's like love, but it's like forever love that you know from your mom and dad. Right? So just imagining that. And it's also so perfect for today as we're going into Shabbat. The Shabbat is like this time out of time, space out of space. It's just this sanctuary where we can maybe get in touch with that sense of being a part of something so much bigger than ourselves. So hooray for that today. Netzach Sheba Netzach. Great, and with that, we will invite Lily and Landon up, and we're going to bless for challah, wine first, and challah. Thank you, Joanne. And thank you to all who made the service possible. Thank you, Lily and Landon. And thank you also to the Shapiro family for a beautiful oneg. There are a lot of really good-looking cupcakes out there. So we're really in luck. We all can probably have 2. Yay, thank you. All right, so start with the wine.
Okay.
All right, you want to hold it?
Sure.
Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pori hagafen.
You get to drink. Give your sister some. Is it sweet or not sweet?
It's like sour.
Is it like not sweet, the not sweet kind?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like sweet, but
What is that? All right, Chala.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamatzei lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Good job. Want to take a piece?
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Good Shabbos, everyone. Thank you, everyone on Zoom online. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you all for being here. Please stay for the oneg. Yay. Oh, good to see you all. Yay. Oh, baby Isaac. Hi, baby Isaac and Mama Sasha. Yay.
Hi, Rabbi George.
Yay. Hi, Jane and Barry and Steve and Lori. Mwah. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.